Welcome, children. We were talking about the watchman of the lake. So, you know that the village head, he was busy repairing the road. His workers were repairing the road. He was controlling them. At that time, the attention of the workers diverted because of Mara, and he was so angry with Mara for interfering or disturbing his work. But Mara, so innocently, he told that he was not disturbing the work. He had some work there. He wanted to convey the goddess message to the king through this village head, but the village head was not at all ready to listen his words. So let us see what happens. When he escaped from the eyes of this person, he ordered the workmen to throw their implements and chase Mara and to bind him hand and leg. He decided to throw him in the cellar of the old temple till the king returns from that place. So he appointed Bhima, a stout, strong, huge body who can swing an elephant by its tail, to keep an eye on Mara. Yes. But Mara, he never bothered. He told that if the goddess decide to leave him or to engage him to convey the message of the goddess to the king, he will come out. Goddess will show one or other way to come out. Okay. Anyhow. So he ordered the giant Bhima to take care of this Mara for 2 days in the cellar. And he also told Mara, have a look at this giant. Giant means so big body, the person who has very big body. He can swing an elephant by its tail, so have a care. If you try any tricks on him, why? To escape from that. He will crush you between his thumb and forefinger. Just like a worm, you will be crushed between his thumb and forefinger. So, but Mara never bothered this. He wondered to see the huge body of this Bhima. And he asked Bhima, how did you manage to grow so fat? Bhima, so jolly person, he told, my mother gave me iron decoction when I was a baby. He started to fool this Mara. My mother gave me iron decoction. You know, iron is very strong metal. That's why he might have been told so. Iron decoction when I was a baby, and at every dawn I run up the hill with a large grindstone on my back. Every dawn. Dawn means early morning. Dusk is early night, late in the evening. Dawn and dusk, these opposite words are very beautiful pair of words. Very beautiful pair of words. Remember the dawn and dusk. And at every dawn, I run up the hill with a large grindstone on my back. Very huge grindstone I used to carry on my back. And it was very big stone. You can't move it even an inch. It was so big one. Big one means grindstone, it should be heavy also. You can't move it even an inch, he told. Here, don't answer his question. Here, Bhima, don't answer his questions. Don't allow him to talk to you. Let not Mara talk. If he started to talk, he will fool you. So let him be quiet. Don't answer. He asked how this Bhima grew so fat, so giant. So don't answer. He is not at all worth to listen the answer or to get the answer. Mara, why not? Why he should not answer me? Why should not he answer me? Because I also want to grow fatter, strong. I too would like to grow fat and strong. If taking iron decoction and carrying grindstones uphill could make me strong, why should I not try it? So innocent he is. Little bit foolish also. He told, if by drinking iron decoction and carrying grindstone on his back and running uphill every day, if it makes a person strong and fat, why can't he try it? That's a question. Maybe you will not think me mad then. That means because of my physique, because of lean and short body, as I am not strong enough, you are calling me mad. You would not have been dare enough to call me mad if I would have been like Bhima. Indirectly, he said that this village head is scared of Bhima to call mad, whereas he calls Mara as mad. Maybe you will not think me mad then. Then if I grow strong and fat, you would not think me mad then. Bhima, you can't take the decoction now. Now you are grown up, you can't take the iron decoction now. Your mother should have put it into you before you were 10 days old. Before you reach 10 days infant, your mother have put that iron decoction into your mouth. Still he is fooling. But this Mara, he is not being able to understand these foolish statements. So now, if by drinking iron decoction and carrying the grindstone on your back, if you run to the uphill, if you become strong and fat, if it is that you were taught, don't think so, because iron decoction should be used before you reach 10 days, baby. Your mother would have been put it into your mouth. Now it's not working, it won't work. Headman, village headman. Bhima, don't you talk to him. Don't you see he is your prisoner? Don't talk to him. Don't talk so silly talks to him. He is your prisoner. Be strict and controlled. Bhima, yes, I'll be careful hereafter. But who will do my work here? He was doing the road mending work, and for which he was getting salary. No? But if I went there to the cellar to keep an eye on Bhima, who will do my work here? Was his question. Headman, don't concern yourself with it. Leave off this work. Don't think of this work at all. Don't concern yourself with this work. You will get your wages all the same. How much ever wages you are getting by working here road mending, that much salary you will get. Perhaps a quarter more. I will give you more. I will give you a little more also. If you do this bit of work well. Which bit of work? Keeping an eye on Mara. So, not at all your salary. A quarter more itself I will give if you do this work well. Now take him away and sit over him till the evening of the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow the king is going to... Tomorrow the king is coming on this way, and after tomorrow he is returning by this way. So till the evening of day after tomorrow, sit over him and don't sit on his body. Sit over him means let him be in your control. Take him away from my eyesight. I don't want to watch him. I don't want to see him at all. Drag him like an animal if he resist. Resist, oppose. No, I think. If he resists, drag him like an animal. Don't allow him to escape from your fist. That's the total output. Mara, no. I won't resist. Mara, he was so prompt to follow this Bhima. I won't resist. So, I will go with him gladly, happily. I will go with him gladly, happily. Come on, come on. I will tell you all about my dreams as we go. He wanted to share about his dreams with somebody when he understood that this Bhima will be with him for 2 days. He thought of sharing all his dreams with Bhima. So he was so happy to follow Bhima. He himself called Bhima to take him to the cellar. Come. Come on, come on. I will tell you all about my dreams as we go. Where to go? To the cellar under the old temple. Headman, Bhima, don't allow him to do that. Let not he explain his dreams at all. Don't allow him to do that. What? That means explaining his dream. Don't allow. If he started to explain his dreams, he'll fool you also. He wants to talk to you and slip away while you are listening. So interestingly, he will explain his dream. Why you are engaged in that listening of his story will escape from your eyesight. So don't allow him to explain his dream at all. Now bind up his wrist together with your turban and drag him behind you. Tie up his wrist. Wrist means this portion. Wrist watch. Yeah. Wrist and together with your turban. Turban means the cloth, long cloth which they used to tie on their head. Yeah. And drag him behind you. Gag him if possible. Gag him is just pull forcibly. Gag means. Gag him if possible. Oh, that's good. Now it should quieten him. Yeah. If you gag him, it should quieten him. He won't talk too much now. Now be gone. Be gone means go away. Now, be gone, go away. How our time has been wasted. So much time was wasted. How it was wasted? Because he sent his workers to search Mara, and from there he engaged Bhima to keep an eye on him. That time is mere waste, because in that time they couldn't do this road mending work. No, that's road mending work should be completed before the king reached there. That's why. Now swing your arms faster. Swing means the meaning is a to and fro movement, but here swing your hands faster means work fast. Work fast. You must have the path ready even if you have to work by lamplight after dark. By today night, the work should be completed. The road mending work should be completed. If you couldn't complete by the evening, work at lamplight. I'll give you extra wages, whatever is needed. But today itself, the road should be ready, because tomorrow the king is going to pass this way. Next scene. What happened? Bhima took this Mara to place him in the cellar and keep an eye on him, tying his wrist together. Bhima was paid extra for that other than his wages. Mara, he was not so sorry to listen this order of village headman. He was so happy to follow this Bhima. And while going to the cellar, he was intended to explain his dream to Bhima. Next scene. Trumpets blowing, restrained cheering of crowds. Restrained means controlled, not too much noisy. without crossing the limit, because their cheer should not disturb the king. That's why. Restrained cheering of crowds, etc., announce the arrival of the king. Suddenly there is a confusion. Suddenly in that crowd there is a confusion. As the king is about to pass under a tree, someone jumps down from the branches. So the king was on his way. While he was just moving on his way, when he reached under a tree, suddenly a man jumps from the tree. And the whole crowd, there was a disturbance because safety measures, nothing should happen to the king, no? That's why. A medley of voice crying, where did he jump from? Who is he? Hold him. A medley means confused. Yes. So many people started to talk. Who is he? Where did he jump from? Why did he come like that? Hold him. Don't allow him to run away. Let's say, make an inquiry about his deed like that. King, silence. Who is this man? He was so curious to know that a man jumped from the tree in front of the king. One voice, Your Gracious Majesty, this man, king. We will hear the man himself speak. Why you had to answer? Let he speak himself. Answering voice, Your Majesty, he is unworthy of Your Majesty's notice. It's unworthy of Your Majesty's notice. You are not supposed to bother about him. A botherless person he is. So you are not supposed to bother about him. He's unworthy of Your Majesty's voice, king. We will hear the man himself speak. Let him be brought forward. So somebody holded him, and as he jumped in front of the king, unexpectedly, but the king ordered to bring him in front of him, and he wanted to talk to the man for the reason for jumping from the tree in front of the king. We'll hear the man himself speak. Let him be brought forward. The man is dragged before the king. Not brought, he was dragged. Dragged means pulled roughly. Drag means pull roughly. Who are you? Where did you drop from? But the king, he has much patience to listen this person. He asked, Who are you? Where did you drop from? Mara was the person who jumped from the tree. How he escaped from the cellar? That's a big question. You'll get the answer. Let's see. Mara. Your Gracious Majesty, with all respect to the king, he started to talk. I am the unworthy dog. The same quote what the village headman used to address him. I am an unworthy dog. I am not a so great man to come in front of you and an important person to be noticed. I am an unworthy dog. But I have a word to convey to your gracious ears. But I have some message to convey to your gracious ears, because a news is there, a message is there which should be reached you. And after I have uttered it, uttered means here, said. While we write the meanings, past tense word means the meaning also should be in past tense. Uttered means said. Utter means say. Okay? Yeah. I have uttered it. I shall gladly allow myself to be trampled under the feet of the mighty elephant which bears your royal person. Yeah, you can trample me. Trample means Just crush, crush. There will be a royal elephant, well decorated, on which the king used to come. And after I convey the message which should reach you, then you, no problem, trample me under the feet of this royal elephant also. I am ready to die also. But this message should be reached. That is my intention. I am Mara, an unworthy dog. I have a word to convey to your gracious ears. I have something to tell you. Very important point, very important message which should be reached you. And after I have uttered it, after I convey that message to you, I said it, I shall gladly allow myself to be trampled under the feet of the mighty elephant which bears your royal person. Where were you all the time? In the tree. But this king, he wondered about this man. Where were you all the time? On the tree? Were you waiting for me, sitting on the tree? He asked. Yes, Your Majesty. I was there since the cock crew this morning. Early morning, before dawn, he reached there and climbed the tree. He knew that the king is going to pass away on that path. That's why. I was there since the cock crew this morning. I knew the royal passage lay here. With all respect, he says, I knew that your departure will be on this way. So, I was waiting to meet you. I wanted to meet you to convey the message. So, I was waiting on the tree from the time of cock crew. That means very early morning. Not dawn, before dawn. Waiting in a tree, you could have asked for an audience. Audience means here a meeting which already booked with the honorable person. If you want to have a meeting, you have to ask for an audience. See, audience means another meaning is there. Who will watch a program. They also audience. Here audience means pre-booked meeting. Pre-booked meeting with a person. But here person means normally minister, king, like that. Honorable, well-powered personalities. Got it? Yeah. Mara says the fact. They stoned me at sight. Here stone, you know the meaning. Stone means threw stone. Got it? They threw stone on me at sight and commanded me to take myself out of the village. And he recalled what happened. The village headman, he denied to give an audience with the king. He was not ready to listen Mara also. He called Mara as a fool and he told him to go away from the village till the king returns from that place. Yeah. So the same thing, but he didn't mention that it's a village headman, he told the fact. They stoned me at sight and commanded me to take myself out of the village. To take myself out of the village means go away from the village, not not to be appeared in front of the king. When I still appeared, they bound and threw me in a cellar. When I still appeared here in the village, they bound my hands, wrists together and threw me in the cellar of the old temple. But the man who was my jailer, though a giant in appearance, has a soul of a baby. So innocent. The person, my jailer, who was keeping an eye on him, throwing me in the cellar, he was, although a giant in size, he had a soul of a baby. He understood my need. Who was that person giant? Bhima, yes. He let me go when I heard of my dream and the command of the goddess. When he heard of my dream, I explained about my dream and explained the need of conveying the message of the goddess to the king. So when he heard the dream of Mara, and the command of the goddess, he let Mara to go and meet the king. And I slipped out unseen and climbed this tree. Without appearing in front of anybody, unseen, I slipped from the cellar because my jailer himself permitted, and climbed this tree and hid myself in its leaves, waiting and praying for your majesty's gracious arrival. I hid myself in between the leaves because anybody who was the supporter of this village headman saw me, they'll kick me out. So I was hiding myself and praying goddess till being there till your arrival. Because as you just pass by this way, I can come in front of you and convey the message of the goddess. That was the idea of Mara. Let's continue in the next class.